and I spotted at least 2 foreign econs. This is an outrage. We shall chase these intruders down. I was chased by a gigantic falcon 2 nights ago. I thought it was Fergal coming back, but no. That creature barely spoke.
That went well, did it not? It is always useful to bolster the troops' morale, especially before a difficult battle.
You have the makings of a general, my lord.
I was, though very long ago. Well, not quite a general, but a proud defender of the crown.
So why did you really want to meet me?
Straight to the point again, young Ekon. All right, let's talk, you and I, Lance Sparrow.
I'm listening, my lord.
According to my spies, you have worked with Dr. Edgar Swansea on the epidemic, and your findings were quite alarming.
Do you know Edgar Swansea?
Not personally, but I've been told he has some sort of immortal fetish and is a good friend of yours.
Does it bother you that I consider him my good friend?
As long as you reveal nothing of the club's inner workings, why should I forbid you engaging in conversation with the good Dr. Swansea?
You were spying on me?
Not personally. I rarely leave this building. But once he found you, Fergal kept me informed. Until you put an end to his mission.
Yes, I'm convinced the recent invasion of frenzied skulls in London is directly linked to the epidemic. This is not the Spanish flu, but something else.
I would be glad to hear more of your discoveries, Dr. Reed, but for now, my main concern is the security of London's inhabitants, both mortal and immortal.
What do you mean?
Alarmed by the epidemic, the Guard of Prewen has started a war against us British vampires. To appease the situation, we must eradicate the skulls.
Мы знаем, что некоторые скали, они мирные в этом подвале. Жертвы не будем говорить, зло тоже.
I have met peaceful and wise skulls. To exterminate them means we are no better than vampire hunters.
Skulls are hideous, shameful creatures that give all Ekon a bad name.
So, what do you want me to do?
I want you to investigate the city thoroughly. I have reason to fear there are cases of contagion in this part of town. Our absolute priority is to find and cleanse them.
And how would you like me to proceed?
By all means necessary, Dr. Reed. You are now a member of the Ascalon Club and you have carte blanche. Interrogate the locals, follow all the leads you find, and get results.
Так, понятно. Фамильные портреты. Лорд Рейгров хочет, чтобы я применил свои познания в медицине и ликвидировал все возможные источники распространения инфекции в Вест-Энде. Он очень обеспокоен тем, что эпидемия может затронуть богатые районы Лондона, тем, что заразиться может элита Британии. Я постараюсь искоренить инфекцию. Полагаю, что сначала нужно расспросить всех местных жителей и собрать как можно больше сведений обо всех необычных происшествиях, связанных с эпидемией. Так, знаете, что интересно? Уровень гипноза. Можно как-то здесь посмотреть. Вот 4-й уровень гипноза. Значит, мы можем пройти расследование на кладбище. Который вот читает шрифт.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. How does it feel to be this evening's centerpiece, figuratively?
I feel perfectly fine. Do I have cause for concern?
Do not be alarmed. The Ascalon Club has a tried and tested policy for choosing its initiates.
May I ask who you are, sir?
Why would you be interested?
Well, as you seem to be the only man in the room with a beating heart, you draw quite a bit of attention yourself.
Ah, vampire senses never cease to fascinate me. They dwarf those of mere mortals. I am Aloysius Dawson, by the way.
Are you not afraid? You are surrounded by vampires.
Sir, it's for that very reason that I joined the club in the first place.
Is not the nature of this club a secret, shared by only a privileged few?
My dear Dr. Reed, I have spent years and a fortune precisely to gather that kind of information.
So you asked for membership?
I have been a member of many clubs in many countries. But I must admit, this one is my favorite.
Еще бы. Может быть, они даруют тебе вечную жизнь?
What can you tell me about Lord Redgrave?
I would not dare speak of our chairman without his consent.
Mr. Dawson? Of Dawson and Dawson? The wealthiest man in England. It is a pleasure to meet such a prominent figure of London.
A withering London figurehead, to be precise.
Are you sick, Mr. Dawson? I am a doctor, you know.
My case is beyond the scope of traditional medicine. I have spent fortunes on the world's most competent doctors to arrive at that diagnostic conclusion.
I'm sorry to hear that, sir. Should I suppose that you're here in search of some form of immortality?
Absolutely not. I'm here to implement my plan to save the city I was born in. To cast out the ghastly evil that has us all on our knees.
What is the situation like in this part of town?
I am sure Lord Redgrave will enlighten you more effectively than I.
What do you know about the Guard of Prawilla?
I should not say this, but I admire their commitment. This is what the nation needs right now.
Would you help them?
No. There is a time for such methods. But brute force will not be enough to fight this plague. We have to think differently.
But they are our enemies.
They are not mine, Dr. Reed.
Понятное дело.
Money cannot solve every problem. This mysterious epidemic is going to require more than money can buy.
You're right. Money is nothing unless one has the will to wield it. I have a plan, sir. A radical one that will save all that is essential in London.
What is your plan, then?
Quarantine and barricades are futile. What we need is a wall. A formidable, unscalable wall to isolate the deserving from the infected masses.
Complete isolation has proven effective throughout history, but the death toll has always been a high one.
I am glad you understand the concept of necessary sacrifice.
Are you not mistaking sacrifice for summary execution?
Why do you care? Are you not a vampire? Removed from all mortal concerns? Decisiveness is what the city needs, and it needs it now.
Поговорить с горожанами об инфекции. Спросите местных. Все равно сомневаюсь, что дедок не мечтает о том, чтобы править вечно тут. Ну не править, а ходить. Развлекаться. Блин, все-таки нужно расследование последнее довершить. С этим шрифтом Брайля, мне кажется, что-то там интересное должно скрываться. Как-то надо заставить немую эту бабу говорить возле церкви. Как это сделать?
I think Lord Redgrave just suggested I was sired by an ancient vampire.
Women of all countries unite!
Good evening, ma'am.
And good evening.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual recently?
A few days ago, I spotted a strange house while campaigning for women's suffrage. Awful smell. No answer when I knocked.
Where is it?
It's the Mullaneys, a nice family who live in a big house near the park in the eastern part of this neighborhood.
Чё? Она здорова.
Do you know why Lady Ashbury chose you to become her daughter?
No, I don't. Each time I ask her that question, she smiles and says it's precisely because I dare to ask such questions.
Do you ever regret that she chose you?
Of course not. Though I often wonder if she adopted others before me. If so, where are they buried? How was it for them to pass through life with a never-aging mother?
What do you think about this part of town?
I was raised here, and I suppose it feels like home. You grew up in this part of town too, did you not?
Я задавал, да, эти вопросы.
Goodbye.
She's been...
Она сказала... Леди Эшбери. Вот ее дом. Как все пройдет, сразу идти к ней. Окей.
That building is under quarantine. Could this be what I'm looking for?
Так, ну а здесь я со всеми уже бился. Да, это она вот с той стороны как раз. Ликвидировать второй источник инфекции. Алкоголь, шиллинги. Дверь закрыта. Отличный помповый дробовик. О. И что, и все? Но нет, конечно же. Есть второй этаж. Мне интересно насчет помпового дробовичка. 4-й уровень, 4-й уровень. Часть хорошего спускового механизма. Мне еще 3 штуки надо. Ой-ой-ой-ой-ой. 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 Сразу съедаю. Бред. Это реальный бред. Ладно. То есть крови у меня нету, да? Хорошо. Блин, выносливость, конечно. Мне кажется, если двуручку сделать, будет вообще отлично. Не понял. Рано мне сюда идти еще. Окей. Я понял, хорошо. Я понял вас прекрасно. Надо подкачать. Ой, да ладно. Что за бред? Короче, теперь еще и не выйду из этого. У меня есть только выносливость, да? Это полный просто. Я не знаю, как это назвать. Они просто атакуют вдвоем и все. Что у него в 3 удара получается? Без крови. Не, нафиг. Конечно, и наверх никак. Что это за хрень такая? Ни туда и ни сюда. Не, с теми даже бодаться бесполезно. Этих-то я хоть убивал. Ой, я не в ту сторону побежал. Здесь же ее, да, дом был особняк. Вот здесь вот. Паровоз.
Elizabeth doesn't seem to be at home. I'll come back later.
Дети расследуют. Можно прям прямиком пронесись через парк. Вон вот эта верзила ходит. Минуты танцевать, это, конечно, да. Можно, в принципе, попробовать его сейчас. Потихонечку. Так, а что у нас получится? 40, 82. Только оглушение. Тише, не хочу я с тобой драться. Нет, я понял. Ты у нас крутой дядька. Пистолет бессмысленно вообще. Чем там добавляет? Вот так вот, аккуратненько его. Правильно я иду, да. Правильно. А, ну конечно. Ой, там еще кто-то стоит. собраться. Тоже с тем.